you could see he's got more of a long, tall physique. So I tend to be biased because I tend to see taller physiques as a lot more aesthetic. Why? Because they're not going to become as saturated as fast. But it requires you to do a few things. And for him, he's going to need still a little bit more roundness in his shoulders. His biceps don't have the greatest inserts, and because his chest genetics don't really fuse at the center as well, they kind of swivel up kind of aggressively right here. His chest is going to have more of a unique look, but it still can look very good. And then I would say the obliques probably could be a little bit thicker, but he is flexing his abs down, so that is preventing me from giving a fair assessment of what the obliques are looking like. Also, his serratus is pretty thick. The triceps are actually pretty low insert. You look at the amount of mass that he's put on in this long head, this is pretty significant. The lateral head, pretty medium insert, a good amount of roundness. So continuing forward, I would still say we need a little bit more rear delt, but the front delts are absolutely capping. You can see how it's got that good swiveled appearance with the rear delt. Even the forearm, just so much more thickness and roundness going on in this area, and with the vascularity. You can see that his traps are still a little bit thinner, and he's got a little bit more of a thick neck. So if he got thick traps as well, he would look absolutely stacked. Looking at the teres, a good amount of roundness that's starting to pop out. As he continues to develop this more and more, it's just going to become more erect. So overall, this is going to be more of a men's physique style build. All right, so let's take him to the game plan potential calculator. So overall, his inserts, we're talking aesthetic base. Elite insertions, if the chest, if the shoulders, if the arms were a little bit rounder. So I'm going to knock him down to about kind of upper aesthetic base right now. Details, he's not quite at impressive detail yet. We're going to give him clear definition. And then lean mass, balance size, full with cuts, or he's full with cuts right now. And he's probably in the middle tier of that, maybe on the lower end of that. Definitely in the arms, a lot more full with cuts. If we look at the back, we could see that the lats still need to come up a little bit, but they're coming. And the infraspinatus is huge on this guy, okay? All right, so that's our ratings. We're going to call him natural. We're going to calculate his potential, 67.7. He definitely has an aesthetic build. He's getting very close to destroying casuals. Then if we look at the game plan potential calculator, he's good for a commercial gym, and he's climbing his way to local show potential. So he's not quite at, oh, bro, you should compete right now. He's in a good spot. If he wants to do something like this with a little bit more muscle growth and then a big diet for a competition, that would bring him up to this level where, yeah, he could go and he could feel good about himself whenever he competes.